And welcome back to the Xfinity Desk. Elamite and T2 joining you here for our final match of the night. One I am extremely excited for because we are seeing Optic Gaming for the first time here in Week 2 going up against this Team Liquid squad that has really been a surprise to most people at home tuning in and watching. I knew this lineup was going to be good, but I didn't think they'd be as good as they are.
Yeah, two 1-1 teams, advantage over to Optic Gaming. They're definitely the team to beat, but that doesn't mean Team Liquid doesn't stand a chance here. They're definitely looking solid. Has been one of, the dark horses, I guess you can say, Team Liquid has been. As you can see, their lineup, Spartan, Commonly, Rain, and Penguin. Again, very tight-knit group of guys, very solid play styles, like the way that these guys approach the game of Halo. And this is going to be a close series. I think the way that you have to beat Optic Gaming, it starts from the first game. If you come out and you show weakness, if you come out and you let them, get a good beginning strategy, they're just going to steamroll that momentum and just give you the hot 3-0 or a 3-1. It all starts with winning that first game. You have to walk away with that one, otherwise you're making it that much more difficult on yourself.
All right, now let's go ahead and take a look a little bit more in depth at Commonly here, because this guy's had a pretty exciting Halo 5 career. He did go ahead and take X Games gold medal. So if you are watching videos online, don't be confused or get confused about bronze medals being treated as gold medals. Commonly is the X Games gold medalist here. And of course, this is an interesting tidbit. Was chatting with Commonly a couple days ago, and we were talking, and I remembered it, but I had forgotten it for a little bit. The kid plays with his headphones backwards. Now, we don't know why necessarily, and we had a little bit of a discussion
on it. Should I try that right now?
You should try that.
No, I'm not.
A little bit of a conversation on it. He doesn't even know why he does it. Besides, that's how he got started. And it wasn't until X Games was the very first time that he even realized that he did something differently than the norm or what you're supposed to do.
Well, it's like, oh, the L on the side of the headphone stands for left, and the R stands for right. I see.
But at his point, and if it's not familiarity with what he's been doing, that's how he registers the sound, completely reversed as well. So kind of a pretty interesting tidbit there about Commonly.
Maybe his left ear is his right ear, and his right ear is his left ear.
No one will ever know. Maybe we will know at some point in time.
Maybe if we look at the back of his earlobe, it'll say like R on his left ear and then R on his right ear.
Hey, just some wires twisted in the head. Who knows what it actually comes down to?
I could never do that. I don't know how he is. So hats off to you, Commonly.
No, I have to have all my cords and wires on the same side as it is.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's pretty crazy tidbit. I had no idea about that. But, I'm really curious to see what these actual maps are, coming out, because the way that EG was able to get the map selection, they avoided Coliseum. I think that that's going to be really smart. As you see, no Coliseum here. So nice job again from Team Liquid to avoid that map. It's going to be Eden Strongholds, Regret Slayer, CTF on Fathom, Empire Strongholds, and then Slayer the Rig. So I do like these game types for Liquid, mainly because, again, Coliseum is Optic's best map, so they did avoid that one. And yeah, I mean, Regret Slayer could go either way. Eden Strongholds, though, that's what I'm looking out for. It's all about controlling that, nest and catwalk area. Yeah, you can hold, again, any 2 of the 3 stronghold setups and still walk away with that, but holding those 2 at least allows you to have better positional advantage when it comes to controlling the camouflage and the overshield. So looking out for that first game type. If Liquid's able to take this one, it's definitely going to be a lot closer series.
All right, yeah, and I see them essentially having to win game 1, because I see Regret Slayer still going in favor of Optic Gaming, which means they're really going to have to come out strong, and I'd like to see them pick up this game 1 win, as I feel like the way that these two teams are going to be matching up and the aggressive nature of all the players, that this one can absolutely benefit Team Liquid.
Yeah, and who do we want to start with? Let's start with Spartan, because it's our boy the dog, and see
Or wait, hold on. Let's go with Mr. Inverted Sound.
Okay.
And take a look at what Commonly is going to bring to the table this game, because he was doing amazing things.
Who cares what I think,
week.
Kyle? Let's do what you want to do.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But as you see it here, Commonly immediately pushing out, not going for the nest right away, decides to drop down, going to push outside, see if he can contest out here for these rockets, as you have Mr. Timothy Tinkler or Rain pushing over right to blue Ben. Not a whole lot of action happening here so far to get this one started, but now we see a lot of players from Optic Gaming on that catwalk and low catwalk. And first, Stronghold going in favor of Liquid.
I like the way they commonly played this one, and it looks like their strategy was to get that overshield immediately, which is pretty difficult to do, and then they rotated that over towards the blue bend. They're also going to be able to capture this red nest area, and they have the catwalk area. They're able to bring the rockets over towards red nest. All he has to do is bait this and then get a couple of picks here, but you don't have the height advantage with the rockets, so it makes it a little difficult, and sometimes those stairs can get a little bit sketchy, but all in all, only one rocket kill for commonly, but that's not that bad because they're able to still control this catwalk and blue bend area, and a potential triple cap coming out here. It's up to Frosty to be able to get this player out, and Snakebite comes in with the help. So commonly, nice job, but overall could have played that one a little bit more conservative or aggressive depending on the scenario. But looks like finally Red Nest is going to be captured here. Catwalk also going to be captured by Optic Gaming. It's going to be up to these guys to either Liquid to take them out of that catwalk area or push on this Red Nest area, but first point's going over to Optic.
And this is some good flanks here by Snakebite. Gets Penguin, no shields. That is going to be picked up by Royal 2, and Snakebite grabbing a kill here as well. That is going to be members dying left and right. Commonly's trying to contest the bend from outside, but he's not having enough help. Royal 2 picks up the duo with Snakebite, and they will go ahead and secure that. This is now a triple cap going over in favor of Optic Gaming.
And this is scary because this is what Optic specializes in. They do not loosen the grip once they get control, and you saw Liquid had control for a while, and they were only able to rack up 13 points, and you're going to see, I guarantee, Optic at least be able to rack up 30 or 40 here. It's very rare for them to actually give up a setup in strongholds, especially when they start with a triple cap. As you can see, the aggression doesn't stop there, and when you have these triple caps and you have weapons and overshield and camo dropping left and right, it makes it so hard to make, decide where you want your decisions to be. Where do I end up going for that? So you see Spartan just has to desperate it towards bottom center. Now this is the last guy alive on his team, commonly over there for Team Liquid, or is that Rain? So that's Rain trying to stay alive on that sneaky area, but still a triple cap going over in Optic's favor. You got to guarantee that they have the camouflage on their side as well, even though that overshield was burned. They're going to be rotating outside for these rockets, and Snakebite just sneakily playing this one with the plasma rifle, takes that player down to no shields, get the killing spree, looking for the double kill on to Commonly. Commonly misses a couple rockets, so all in all, Commonly shot 6 rockets and only picked up 1 kill.
And that triple cap still in favor of Optic Gaming. That was some of the best use of plasma rifle that I've seen for a while. I mean, we do see players pick up that gun. It is extremely effective in those up-close battles, but the way he was able to put the amount of shields he was able to lower and the amount of time he was able to stay alive, the rockets he was able to dodge, really good use of Snakebite.
Man, everybody just dropping for the side of Liquid. Optic in perfect position here. You can't give these guys control. You can't give them the weapons. They just continue to punish. It's so hard to capitalize or to come back when Optic's just capitalizing on all of the mistakes that you're making, and they just play these situations pretty much flawlessly. Look at everyone's splitting up for Team Liquid, trying to capture this nest and capture that catwalk, but they're collapsing on every which way. They even captured Blue Bend, so this is going to be a potential another triple cap coming out for them if they wanted it, and there it is. So nice job by Royal 2 just controlling this area, choking the spawns, forcing Team Liquid over in that security area, which it's going to be impossible for them to push on that catwalk area. It's going to be very hard for them to push on that blue bend area as well. Every single time they spawn for Liquid, 3 of them just fall.
And I feel like we're watching Envy versus Evil Geniuses here right now, although based on that replay, they were able to rack up a little bit more time than initially from Evil Geniuses, but 81-point run, only giving up a triple cap over back to Liquid, or letting them get 1 stronghold like twice so far this game. Some pretty amazing overall play here coming out of Optic Gaming. They're definitely coming out strong this week.
Yeah, and this is the opportunity for Liquid finally. They grab the rockets, Overshield's coming up here soon, so they need to focus on bringing the rockets over to where the Overshield spawns, which is exactly where they are now, but Lethal's no shields there, just staying alive on that mid-bridge area. Someone has to kill this guy. Someone has to sacrifice their life. Finally, Rain drops down and kills him with the SMG, but it's just, constant points going over to Optic. Now, if you're Liquid, you have to pretty much play this one perfectly. They finally capture that red nest area. Here comes Spartan with the rockets, not able to get the kills, so many rocket shot and not enough kills coming out from Team Liquid, and that's kind of been their Achilles heel here. And based on the way that this one's been going, Optic's not going to slow down at all. For some reason, Snakebite's melee doesn't connect onto that guy, so that's big. Royal 2, though, nonetheless, able to pick up a couple kills.
Yeah, and just like that, another triple cap going back in favor of Optic Gaming. You got Camo here as well. That is absolutely going to be game. Nobody even getting close to capturing another stronghold in that time.
That's it. That's all Optic needed. They needed Team Liquid to make 1 mistake, and they seriously and severely punished him for that the entire time. Only 2 kills coming out from Spartan.
And well, something must have been happening at the end of that game. His controller malfunctioning on top of that person's body.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that before. But yeah, I mean, these guys, they don't let up. They don't let up at all. Strongholds is their thing. It's very hard to beat them on that. You have to try to get them on flag because they're masters of getting the triple cap. They're masters of, punishing you for your mistakes. They have very calm communication, so they take, plenty of time to decide where they want to take back certain strongholds, where players are going to go, things like that. And now you're moving down into Regret Slayer, one of their other better game types here. It's going to be very hard for Liquid, and that was a fast game. Team Liquid doesn't even have much that they can say, hey guys, we did pretty good. They're just going to have to brush it off and, just play Halo like Boo Boo said.
Yeah, they got liquefied that game because that was not even remotely close. They were just never able to grab any kind of real control. That's right, Tom, I did say that.
Oh my goodness.
119 though, as far as total points go, and just Snakebite just moving back and forth between Ben and the rocket spawn areas, the turbines and things. So it's just amazing that plasma rifle was put to use so effectively. The rockets coming out of Team Liquid's end just wasn't as effective as they needed them to be. You need to get lucky sometimes. You need to hit a cross-map rocket like we saw from Naded. You need the 2-for-1s like we saw from Pistola on some of those rockets. But what we saw at commonly was like a 1-for-5 or 1-for-6, like you said, whatever that ended up being as far as rocket kills.
Well, think about it. If you're getting the rockets and you're getting them for free, sort of like commonly did, that means that other parts of the map are where Optic allocated the resources, and by that I mean where they went on the map, right? So it's like, okay, well, we probably went and secured the camouflage. They didn't get the overshield in the beginning of the game. Liquid was able to do that, but they were only able to hold that for 13 seconds, and that's because we saw commonly over there at the red nest area, he wasn't able to capture it, so they were never able to capture that and get the triple cap, and then they weren't able to get the slays either. And if you're commonly, you need to rotate with those rockets. You need to get the height advantage. You need to push into red base or something like that, and then go over there and clamber up and flank or something besides that play that he made, where it's not a good spot to have the rockets, because if anyone comes out of red base towards the red bend area, then that's too long range for you to shoot the rocket, and you'll get taken in no shields from a pistol guy. And then if you have another guy on red nest area, we saw him whiff that rocket onto Lethal, and then Lethal just backs out of that and goes into red base. So during that time, you need your players from security to come in and collapse, or you need to make a different move with the rockets.
Yeah, and even when Spartan had the rockets as well. Now, we didn't see his whole life cycle with those, but we did see a whiffed rocket and a death coming out of that as well. So, not just commonly here, the Team Liquid as a whole definitely needs to step it up, as no members are shining.
No members are shining, but it starts from the very beginning. These guys are so good. You're going up against an Optic Gaming squad that, they did lose to EG, but they're still dominant as heck. They're going to be playing very high-quality Halo. They're going to, again, punish you for the mistakes that you make, and I just don't think that they utilized the overshield in the beginning of the game as much as they needed to do in conjunction with the rockets, and then they didn't even do anything with the rockets for a majority of the game. But you see players like, for example, when we saw Denoxide with the camouflage and Plaza Strongholds, he wasn't able to get any kills with that. You don't see that coming out from these Optic Gaming guys. They really take their time, they make sure that they're utilizing everything, and they play pretty solid Halo. And based on the way that they're playing right now, this is looking like the team that we saw last season.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how it's anybody's game at this point, and it's no longer a race for second, but Optic Gaming has some things to say about that.
Well, the more that we say that, and the more that other people start to think that, the more it's going to piss them off and make them, play a little bit more angry. It gives them a little bit more to play for, and that's not something that you want to, do. You don't want to give them any more momentum. But with that being said, I still do think that the skill gap has closed a lot. It was, very large, so to say that it's even been cut in half, that's good. That's a good start for everybody. Based on what we've been seeing, there are still a handful of teams that can do it. Can they do it consistently, though? That's going to be the big question.
Right. Now we are going from an Eden Strongholds over to a Slayer on Regret. Now, we've seen Optic Gaming completely dominate this game type, having, several different steak dinners as far as, the margins of victory that they're able to pull off against some of the best teams in the world. It's always, well, Optic Gaming, they're the best one in North America. But come on, let's be honest here. They are the best team in the world. These guys are absolutely insane. And then even going for the second, third, fourth place teams, we've consistently seen the North American squads just excel. So to kind of give you more of an idea of just how dominant that this squad has been able to be so far is impressive.
Was Regret Slayer the game that was Game 5 when E6 beat Liquid? Or how did that
E6
series
beat
go?
Liquid?
I can't remember. Who did Team Liquid lose to to last week. I think it was on Regret Slayer as well. But
they lost to Allegiance.
Allegiance, sorry. So I just remember that there was a time where Team Liquid had to set up last week. And sorry if I can't get my facts straight. It's been a long week. But either way, they faltered where Optic is at their strongest. Optic is masters of holding setups and making sure that continually on top of the spawns, and that's what this game type's all about. And we saw Liquid not able to do that. So again, if Liquid gets a setup, they can't afford to give that over at all to Optic.
Now, I do like what we're seeing out of Spartan here as he's rocking the CLG pistol.
Wow, dream start coming out for Spartan and Team Liquid. They get all 4 kills, they secure the overshield, they also get the scatter shot, and they get top center control.
And they've got the skins here.
They do. They have the skins as well. Maybe a little in their head trying to say, hey, why does this guy have our skin?
And wow, 6-2 now, and Spartan falls onto a player. Didn't know he's there originally, but has a scatter shot already looking in his face.
I like this play. I like that he didn't get aggressive onto that, because you have to think about the communication from the other team and also the death screen. They have the intel that you're there. They also know that you're going to be charging that base, so you have to switch it up. Unfortunately for him, another player for Optic got split spawns. That was Royal 2, so now that's really going to throw off the players on Liquid. Unless they can figure out that multiple people are over here, they're probably looking at both bases here, and you have to clear these guys out so you can only be focused on one side of the map.
And you're actually, Tom, I was wrong too. It wasn't Allegiance that they ended up dropping to, because Allegiance was 0-2 last week. It was going to be Enigma 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Picking up that win, so you're correct there. And that was, you are right as well, it was a Regret TS.
All right, so yeah, again, but either way, Liquid with a really good start here. That's what they needed. They needed to stop that momentum coming out from Optic and just kind of reset here in the series. Nice green gun over there on that player stuck in the grass. So that's going to take that player down to no shields, but he doesn't challenge. So heads up play coming out from Royal 2, but I love the way Rain's positioning and sick 5-shot onto Frosty for the perfect. And this is ideal because, yeah, he's running out of green gun ammo. May want to save that one for when the overshield's coming up. And watch out, that barrel could also kill you too at the same time. So would have liked to see him maybe save onto that green gun. He was expecting someone to come out towards that P side, but let's see if he's able to at least hold this top center control for the rest of his team.
And wow, look at Frosty just flying top center, picks up 2 kills. Snakebite does the exact same thing on the opposite side, and just like that, we're all tied up again, and we've got a new overshield coming up in about 10 seconds.
And that's the control I'm talking about. Optic ends up retaking control, and Liquid doesn't have it, and that's the last thing that you want right when that overshield's coming up. Let's see if everyone on Liquid's aware of that. I know that Rain is, obviously. He's crouching on there, getting that perfect shot. Also picks up the overshield as well, so I'm shocked to see that nobody on the side of Optic was interested in dropping for that overshield. Looks like they just gave that one up. Maybe they grabbed the new green gun or something like that. So Snakebite over here on this car side, picking up a couple kills onto Rain, gets the Hail Mary medal as well. Now he's going to have to slowly make his way up there, but is getting pegged from the back of red grass side over there by the side of Liquid. That's Spartan. So good position coming out from Liquid. They need to hold this one and make sure that they're using their position to the advantage.
And too many people there for Spartan to handle. Did not know he was getting collapsed on that hard. Yeah. He had the plasma pistol. That's going to go over in the hands of Snakebite now. We've got the lead now for Optic Gaming. They're starting to collapse. Now you can see in the kill feed commonly does have a plasma caster, but Snakebite effectively using this weapon now. Is he paying attention to how much ammo he has? And it looks like he is.
They need to push out together here, so that's exactly what they're doing. So nice bait and switch there coming out from Rain and from Spartan. They need to finish this kill off as much as possible. They also need Penguin to come out through that bridge side. So I love the way that Liquid's doing this. This is exactly what you need to do to retake control. Commonly also picking up a double, getting a triple kill. He's looking for the overkill. Where's he going to find it? It looks like he's looking for it. Not able to get it. Rain's going to take that one. So sick job coming out from Team Liquid, mainly commonly, to break that setup coming out from Optic Gaming. And that's something that we didn't think Liquid was going to be able to do. So really good for Team Liquid fans that they're able to do so. Now let's see how long they're able to hold it.
Right now, they do still have the lead. Something I'm a little surprised. I thought Optic Gaming might have been able to just start running away with that, but commonly has something else to say about that. And a good collapse coming out of Team Liquid.
Ooh, 3 kills though, going over to Liquid, so that's good for them. And also everyone on Optic's going to be spawning over there towards that blue side, so they should have the information that they're going to be there. Meanwhile, they get that Splinter Nade onto Lethal, which takes them down to no shields. Got to get that cleanup. Penguin does. So now everyone from the side of Optic, as I said, the retake strategy here is to push out car side. Team Liquid on top of that, but they had to look over there and get that kill onto Lethal at the same time. So let's see if Liquid's able to get away with this one. Zane, that's Penguin hiding over there top center. Spartan gets taken out of no shields from that Splinter, and here comes the overshield push. Remember, Optic forgot about it last time. Liquid has this one time.
All right, nicey Frosty. I like the flank here. Does a perfect Spartan charge right into Penguin's face.
They do get it. It looks like that was Timmy Tinkler there. That's Rain walking away with that overshield, but Frosty does have the scatter shot, and they're only down 5 kills here, though. So let's see how big of a distraction he's going to be in order to get his teammates to push over there towards top center. They get that kill onto Penguin, and they do get another kill onto Rain. So nice job distraction bottom center. Also takes that player down to no shields. That was a big kill from Spartan.
That was a really, really good play, because I didn't even think like Frosty would think to throw that Splinter. I don't know if he was, really thought that Spartan was going to come flying through that wall, but Spartan played that perfectly and grabbed that kill. Still, 4-kill lead here. Team Liquid is showing up.
Yeah, Frosty picking up a couple kills, and this is a really prime position to be in with that plasma caster, but Lethal grabs the green gun, hits him with the noob combo, takes him out. This game's going to be all tied up here pretty shortly because Optic has complete map control. Overshield not coming up for another minute, too, and that's going to be Liquid on the timing for that one. So that's going to be their one thing that's going to be able to save them here when that opportunity arises, because at this point, Optic's just going to collapse. Snakebite picking up a couple kills here. Everyone's going to be stuck over there at red base. They immediately, when they spawn at blue, need to sprint out of there, go bottom car side, send another guy top car side, maybe 2 guys, and then send another guy out towards that bridge area to retake control. But they do get some good positioning over there towards that pink side. Hopefully Rain doesn't give up his position.
There's a lot of unanswered kills here coming out of Optic Gaming as they take now a 5-kill lead when they were just down 29-25 a moment ago. Commonly getting trapped bottom of Plasma Caster, but rest of Liquid is going to be spawning up here at red base. So look for Optic Gaming to try to grab control of car and start collapsing, but looks like Team Liquid's able to push out too quickly, and they're not able to. Some good hit markers top center, but Snakebite drops. Members are no health up at top center, but this is a good job by Team Liquid staying alive.
Yeah, and look at Frosty just crouching around the corner, playing extremely patient. Still hasn't given away his position yet. He's going to know that Penguin's there because he sees him on the radar. He also has the scatter shot in his back pocket. So big kill coming out from Frosty right when that overshield's coming up. Let's see if he likes to drop down bottom center. It's going to be up any second. Picks it up at 44. Gets the full. So nice job by Spartan. Let's see if he's able to take down Frosty. That's the scatter shot player. Is he going to pick it up? He does. So only a 2-kill lead here for Optic Gaming. Spartan and the rest of Team Liquid immediately pushing over here onto Lethal, trying to collapse on Pink 1. Everyone's spawning at blue side for the side of Optic Gaming. Should be a good opportunity for Liquid to try to collapse.
And that's 2 players weak, and great job by Spartan. Read the situation perfectly. New players were going to continue jumping up in that location. Helps out another player. That's number 1 kill lead now here for Liquid coming down to the end of the game. Good chance we're not going to see another overshield spawn.
Yeah, Spartan needs to slow it down here for a second and just figure out where everyone on Optic is going to be. This has Frosty right in front of him as well. So I like the way that Spartan's playing this one. He's adding pressure and also backing off. So he's getting the information on where the split spawns are and then relaying that to his team, who's also picking up kills at the same time. This is the big push, though, for Optic. They did get to car side, so not enough pressure coming out from Liquid to be able to stop these guys from pushing out. Now it's up to Spartan. Spartan has a grenade as well. Is he going to get the stick? He does. So nice job trading kills. Does end up losing his scatter shot, though, and Rain doesn't hit that jump, but is able to help his teammate Commonly pick up that kill onto Lethal. Nice flank as well. Does have 2 grenades in his back pocket. Let's see if he likes to use them. Penguin flying in with the help. Switches over to his pistol. That's going to be Frosty with the scatter shot getting that kill. Got to get that kill. He does. So nice job trading kills. Only a 2-kill game, 1-kill game now.
And Tom, if you had to call it right now, who's winning this game?
Oh, I have no idea, but position is in Optic's favor. So even though that they're down 1, they do have a nice advantage here. They do have a couple frag grenades too, but it doesn't land. That's going to be Rain. Is he going to be able to get the kill? No. So Lethal doing a nice job onto Rain. They need to collapse on him. That's another player over there. That's going to be Penguin. Is Penguin going to get the kill? So yes, it's tied up. Nice job from Penguin trading kills, even though they didn't have the positional advantage. Frosty, last guy alive, top center here for Optic Gaming. This is big.
Right now, this is slowing down. Nobody wants to lose this game. Good job by Team Liquid trying to push out and finish off the kill on Snakebite. He drops below base, commonly charges in after him. Snakebite grabs it. 48-48.
This is it. Overshield's coming up here. This is going to be the big battle. Looks like Spartan's going to run right for it. Keep in mind that that overshield is up. I think that one's going to go over to Liquid. Whoever that is, Penguin has to stay alive. Nail someone with a nade. It's 49-49. Overshield in the hands of Team Liquid. Where's going to be the last kill? Don't want to try to fight the overshield guy. Commonly, only 1 shot. He can't afford to give up any kills here. They do not give up the kill. Team Liquid walks away with it. 50-49. Spartan with the 20 bomb.
Oh, and we called it from Spartan here. 20-11. He did sprint bottom center, grab the overshield. You had players trying to collapse on him. Commonly does a fantastic job of staying alive, buying enough time. The Spartan charged into, I believe it was red 1, and actually finished off the kill down there. 50-49 game going over to Liquid.
Man, that took a lot of cojones from Spartan to go down there and just beeline it straight for that overshield he knew that if he got that overshield, that game was going to be for Team Liquid. He was willing to risk that as well. I mean, it was only 48 kills, but by the time he got down there, it was 49. And then you have Commonly, who's one BR shot away from death, crouching behind the corner there, bottom center, made sure that that player had to go out there and charge him, and this is it. Look at that. Commonly could have easily given it up, was about to give it up, and then all of a sudden Spartan picks up the kill and Team Liquid wins 50 to 49.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before. I mean, Optic Gaming came out and just dominated that first game, but like we said, you know, 9 times out of 10 doesn't matter. If you're able to come away with one series, that's all you need to do. And winning a game 2, 50-49, winning that clutch factor, and that was a split-second decision. Liquid had to decide if they wanted to go for Overshield, and Optic needed to decide if they wanted to go for Overshield, and Liquid came out ahead.
Well, Optic, that's one of their stronger game types, but I'm kind of surprised that they didn't pressure the Overshield as much as most teams would. They gave up a couple for free and never were able to actually get the exact timing on that.
Right, now we do have the players set up in game number 3, actually. Capture the flag on Fathom. We have seen this played several different times so far to start off the season. It is 3 captures to win. You do have the camo top center, the railgun as well low. So, you know, a lot of interesting action going to go on here. But one thing I do know is I do like Team Liquid's odds on this one because we've seen Spartan really feel at home on this map and do some great things against CLG in last season.
Everyone on Team Liquid really shines on this map, really. I know that Penguin has some very fluent map movement, commonly very aggressive inside of the enemy base as well. Sick double kill coming out from Spartan. He also has the camouflage, looking for a triple kill bottom center. That player's full shield somehow. That's the last guy alive, though. He has the railgun. Let's see if they end up getting that engine spawns, though. Spartan looking around. Looks like Rain choked the engine spawns, so really heads up play from Rain. He immediately has to rotate, though, and watch these silo players because they're going to be flooding in towards that BR garage area to try to get a pull. Nice job from Spartan avoiding a couple grenades. Has a couple players on him. Needs a slow play this one, though. Rain getting a kill. Commonly getting a kill onto Snakebite as well. This is looking good. Frosty, last guy alive. Penguin's going to be able to get that kill as well. That's going to be a flag capture going over. Spartan with the self capture 1 minute into the game.
That was perfect execution, and that was amazing play from Spartan. That first 50 seconds of this game was a straight highlight clip. And wow, Royal 2 getting pretty lucky there. He was spotted out, but Spartan not able to capitalize on the information that was given to him. Now you have Snakebite trying to focus on a return, but wow, what a start to the game.
Double return. So that was really smart for Optic to go for that double return, because if it was just Snakebite, they easily could have killed him, but it obviously goes twice as fast when you're able to put another person onto the flag. It's going to be a big kill. If Rain can stay alive and get these kills on a Frosty, that'd be pretty big, because that flag has been tossed out. Nice job by Spartan getting that trade onto Snakebite to get him out of the base. Meanwhile, Penguin looking for a flank here. So he's a player, commonly already running the flag. He's going to run this one bottom center. Let's see if, he gets taken out. So I do like where Commonly's head was at on that one. Ends up pulling the flag and getting the kill, helping his teammate Penguin out. And that's what I'm talking about. He adds that pressure into your base, gets those pulls, and it forces you to make decisions that you wouldn't necessarily want to make.
And look at that, Frosty gets dropped as well. It's going to be Spartan missing yet another melee. I like where his head was at, trying to Spartan charge around the corner.
Do we just call it a charge since his name is Spartan? Or
a Spartan charge.
A Spartan charge, okay.
A Spartan squared charge here coming out, but no, Spartan is back to top center. We do have the new camo getting ready to come up. Keep in mind, Spartan did have the first one to start off this game and used it perfectly.
Ooh, nice challenge coming out from Royal 2 to take him out of scope, but nice shots, even better shots coming out from Spartan. So Royal 2 probably feeling like he could have won that one, but maybe should have stayed alive a little bit. And now this is really good opportunity here for Team Liquid. I mean, they're up 1-0 in this game already. They have camo, they're running the flag. The series is tied up 1-1. All they have to do is be aware of where the rest of these players for Optic are coming. That's going to be Lethal over there, caught out at the silo area, and he's now one shot. So all you have to do is take this guy out, cut off the angle. I'm not sure why he's taking this long way around. Could have easily just cut off a better angle. It does get the perfect shots, though, onto him instead. So it looks like another cap going over to Team Liquid. So they're playing this one ruthless. Spartan, with this camo, still should be able to put in some work. Misses that player, but that player misses the melee onto him instead. And look at how aggressive they're being. They're already thinking about the objective.
And wow, Spartan is just doing a montage. When we get a second, when the action slows down, we'll take a quick glance at the stats and see where everyone is falling here this game. Commonly, you can see in the kill feed, grabs another kill with the light rifle. He's had several light rifles this game and has been constantly laying down cover fire for his squad.
Like that Spartan doesn't challenge that, and keep in mind that there's the stats right there.
Look how bad they're being outslayed.
Yeah, 10 kills coming out for Spartan. This one's not over yet, though. They have to secure this one. You can't afford to give Optic any type of momentum here, and you need to just get top center control so you can crush them. And no weapons or power-ups coming up in the near future here. Once that 8-minute mark hits, we're going to see that railgun drop, and then the camouflage going to be dropping shortly after that. But, oh man, Lethal not getting any shots onto Spartan, but he does have help from Royal 2. Spartan does have the railgun, so I was worried that if Lethal ends up dropping right there, commonly getting a double kill, I was going to say if Spartan ends up getting that kill onto Lethal, he's in prime position to get into the flag. So that was a little scary there if you're an Optic Gaming fan, but nonetheless, they still are down 2-0, and there is a chance for them.
All right, Commonly was trying to get control of that railgun, not able to do so. You do see BB12 up there, top center. That's going to be Frosty. He drops. That's railgun dropping bottom center as well. You see a lot more action as Spartan's trying to get some shots down on Snakebite, decides just to back up, rework, or get a better position and work with Rain.
Lethal didn't even mean to get that kill onto Spartan. He was trying to nade another player that was bottom center. That was Rain, but this is Optic Gaming's chance here, even though Rain does have that railgun. Let's see if Rain's able to get this other kill. He's not able to do so on Frosty, so that's going to open up the map for Optic. Looks like they're going to be pushing in for that flag there, but that's Penguin playing defense. Frosty doesn't care. Nice headshot with the railgun, and he's looking for more players over there on the porch. Takes one down to no shield. Snakebite's going to finish that one out, but hey, they haven't gotten the flag out that far yet. They have camo railgun here, so if they're not able to secure this capture, that's going to be big for Team Liquid, and they're playing some pretty nice defense so far, but it looks like that flag's finally put past that halfway mark. Now you're going to have to collapse over there towards that elbow side and try to get a touch if you're Team Liquid.
And it is a 2-0 lead here right now, and no one's able to get over towards it to put it in, but Snakebite with the camo will be able to do so. Commonly trying to finish off kill on Royal 2. Does in fact do so. They know where he is. Last guy was on porch. Another one spawning up.
This is scary for Optic. Three players dead. Frosty, last guy alive over there on the porch. Misses that Spartan charge. He's the last guy alive. Generous spawn, though, coming out from Royal 2. They need to collapse on him immediately. Oh my goodness, what a move from Rain, going underneath the hole, making his way around. Spartan still has the railgun at the enemy base. Lethal tried to desperate it, going for the ninja. He isn't able to connect, but at least gets the kill. Gets another kill onto Rain, so TJ clutching it over there. Is he able to get that kill onto Zane? No, Penguin gets the flag, gets the pull, puts it in. 2-1 now for Team Liquid.
And wow, look at that. The armor has some kinks in it. We've said it before. Now, was Optic going to come out and just be the dominant powerhouse that we've seen last season? They said yes in Game 1, but Liquid is saying no in Game 2 and 3. And this is the same kind of position that EG found themselves in just last week as well.
That Game 2 was so big, Kyle. It pretty much secured them this game as well. I mean, the momentum that they were riding, the way that they were playing, it looks like a completely different Optic team from the very first game, and it's just crazy to see Team Liquid just turn it on, and you can just see how much of this game is mental. Once you start getting that confidence, you really start putting it together. I was a little bit worried for Team Liquid. I thought Team Liquid was going to choke that cap away, and that Lethal was going to clutch it there with the ninja double kill, but moving into Empire Strongholds and Rig Slayer, this series still far from over. Optic Gaming obviously dominated that very first Strongholds game. Team Liquid's going to have to be wary of that moving forward.
But I mean, like, game number 2 or even game number 3, those would be like, looking at the game types, I'd predict a 3-0 essentially more, like, or put those 3 game types in favor of Optic Gaming. Empire Strongholds, we've talked about this before, that's one of those coin flips. Same with the Rig Slayer. A lot of it comes down to, you know, you stress all the time how the importance of starting strategies and not making any mistakes off the beginning. Well, Empire Strongholds, the Rig Slayer, those are 2 games that can steamroll out of control based on how the games open up.
Yeah, Empire Strongholds more so than the Rig. Keep in mind that if Optic Gaming does get a triple cap, it's going to be pretty much over for Team Liquid, but Team Liquid no slouches either when it comes to holding their type of setups. So again, like you were just talking about, the beginning going to be very important. Whoever gets control of that pit going to have a huge advantage. I'm going to have to still give this one over to Optic, even though typically I would predict the team that would win the 2 games to go and walk away with that one. I have a feeling that Optic isn't going to fall over that easily. I didn't think that they were playing that hot in the Fathom game. I'm curious why. I know that they aren't, you know, big fans of playing very late night Halo. Maybe they're getting a little bit fatigued there. I know we saw Lethal talking about that a little bit on Twitter. So maybe you know, a little bit exhausted at this point. I'm not really sure, but they're gonna have to, you know, step it up, get a little hyped up, go to the bathroom, slap some water on their face, maybe get some chest bumps going on or something like that in order to get pumped up for this next match.
I mean, playing late at night can definitely have an effect.
That's when I play my best.
Right, but lots of people. I mean, you take a look at Evil Geniuses last week. Lunchbox, I'm pretty sure, wakes up at like 5 a.m., goes to work till like 6 p.m., drives home for like, you know, an hour or so, take a shower, jumps on Halo, and immediately starts grinding it out. Like, I mean, you can't really complain about anything.
For a shower. I mean, who showers nowadays?
Yeah, you got somebody grinding that hard. You know, it's hard to, you know, compare anything else. Like, if he's able to do it, anybody should be able to do it. But wow, 2-1 lead now for Liquid over Optic Gaming. Could we see Optic Gaming fall this low in the standings this early?
I was just joking when I said it, but there's potential. There's multiple teams that are going to get left out of the top 4 here. There's, in my opinion, 7 very good teams. No offense to LOL, they still have a lot of work to do to be, you know, in that contention. It looks like they're going to be moving to relegation unless they really put it together. Anyone could beat anyone. We saw Shooter talking about it. We've heard how competitive this season's going to be, and this just goes to show you it's anybody's season at this point.
All right, now we'll go ahead and take a look through Optic's eyes, you know, see what Lethal's been doing this game, and you know, try to figure out what's going on. You know, what is the difference between Liquid now compared to what, or excuse me, the Optic now compared to what we've seen Optic in the past. Now, kind of a burn. Yeah, good burn, exactly. And then that situation here, it looked like they were losing the beginning opening, but they were still able to keep that out of Optic Gaming's hands.
They definitely lost the beginning opening, the pit going over to Optic, which is a big advantage for them. Lethal needs to be moving a little bit faster in order to make that auto-stabilized jump. But, you know, it's not the end of the world because Rain did that nice play to burn that overshield as he was flying off the map. So like you said, it could have been a lot worse. Now it's, you know, let's see how good Optic's playing, because typically when they get a setup like this, they're going to score at least 30 or 40 points minimum.
All right, now you've got Snakebite trying to lock down the tower here, getting ready to contest the pit. Sees 3 players in there. Now they do pick up the reset, so there are going to have to be a lot of slays happening. Frosty grabs a quick double kill. Several members dead for both teams. Now I like what Spartan's doing here, just backing down.
Good play. I like this from Spartan as well. Needs to stay alive.
Look at this.
The key is getting these side bases. You can't just go and try to get the pit immediately, and they did call out Spartan. There's another player above him, so Spartan most likely going to fall here any second, but at least takes Frosty down to no shield, so good job from him. I think that melee hit, it did.
Yeah,
So really this is all about going outside until this next overshield comes up, unless Optic really just, you know, chokes away their positioning, which I don't think they're going to be able to. They're very disciplined here. So again, they're going to have to just make their way towards the outside, try to get control of these side bases, and otherwise they're going to be, you know, getting triple capped on. And once you start getting triple capped on against Optic, you don't really stand a chance. They're just going to continually flood in, and here comes the outside push. This is what they needed to do, but they can't afford to just give up any deaths. At least they traded kills there. So good job by Liquid. That was a really good
trade, yeah, by Rain coming out here. He was about to run into 2 full health players, decides to double back and trades with Frosty. So best case scenario.
So yeah, I mean, they're outside, but they need to push outside together. And while getting that trade is nice, it'd be even better if they just use teamwork to clean these guys up, and that's what they're doing. So now they're slowly pushing in, using teamwork. There goes 2 players. That's going to be 3 dead coming for the side of Optic. So good job from Liquid now. Rain did pick up the overshield last time. Now they're going to be in decent position to be able to grab this one, but he does have the timing, so he realizes he has to back off a little bit. Should be dropping here any second, so he needs to turn around and grab. It looks like one of his teammates do. And this is actually good for Liquid. They didn't give up the triple cap the entire time, which is, you know, not very easy to do against Optic. Also getting this reset and getting the overshield. So this is a good start for Liquid.
All right,
all 4 dead.
Play. Yeah, you're right. 4 down, 4 for 0 essentially. Frosty's having a great game.
It's going to be a triple cap.
Steps.
Well, they spawn in Turbine, so that's kind of a generous spawn because now they're going to get split spawns. They're going to spawn there and also spawn over there on that platform, so that's going to throw these guys off. They weren't able to find out where Snakebite was. Now Lethal going over there for that Spartan charge. It wasn't red, so that one wasn't going to connect, so he tried to jump and try to get that one in. Ooh, nice shots coming out from both players. I'm surprised that Lethal was able to get that kill, but nonetheless, it looks like these guys are going to try to make their way over there towards the pit. Are they going to be able to get it, though? Looks like they are, so that's not very good sign for Team Liquid. They did have a triple cap, then all of a sudden, because Snakebite got that split spawn and they picked up the double. So that's really on Liquid to talk about where they're going to spawn and where they're located. They need to filter the spawns a little bit better and force all 4 to either spawn in security side or towards the platform. Letting the teams spawn outside is not very good.
Right now we do have Commonly working around the tower area, trying to get some sort of a flank going, but good communication and callouts or teamwork here coming from Optic Gaming. Still, you see they are controlling top center, still have map control, and you know, as it stands. Now you do have several members dropping now for Team Liquid, although they were able to grab a kill, and just like that, That's going to be 3 dead for Liquid. Ray just needs to stay alive and delay as long as possible.
Who has 11 kills? Go check the stats again.
It's Frosty.
Frosty, yeah. Frosty going big so far in this game. He's definitely been getting a couple double kills here. But the way that this one's going, it's going to be very hard for Liquid. I mean, if Optic picks up this next Overshield, it's going to be pretty much over, and we're going to be going to Game 5, which I already think this one's going to Game 5 just based on the flow of this game so far. Really, it was up to Liquid to hold that triple cap setup again when they made that mistake of letting Optic spawn outside and then didn't check the spawns after they got the kills. That's what you can't afford to do, especially against these guys in strongholds, because they are so disciplined when it comes to holding their setups. And again, it's just so hard to retake control here. Again, Overshield coming up. This was pretty much what they needed to do to secure this one, but it looks like Optic's already on top of it because they had the slays going in their favor. So pretty much 2 or 3 pushes here coming out from Team Liquid. They're going to have to pull out something miraculous.
All right, now Royal 2 does still have the saw here. Good amount of ammo. It's going to be able to melt Commonly, but wow, Commonly.
Maybe that's what they needed.
Takes him out. Now, did Commonly even die there?
No, Commonly stayed alive. He actually picked up a double kill in the meantime, so that was a good play from them. But again, it's an uphill battle because they're down so much. They're also going up against the Overshield guy. Nice job by Raid picking up that P shot. Knew that he didn't have enough time to charge it up, so lays a couple shots down. Now it's going to be Optic, though, flooding over there towards the pit. And again, how long did they hold this setup? So much cleaner in their positioning and just communication than Team Liquid on this game type, and just strongholds in general.
And Team Liquid was like so close to capturing that pit hill, but it does get reset once again. You know, most likely going to put the nail in the coffin here for this game, and we'll be looking at that Rig Slayer. But like we said, it's not over till it's over. We see some pretty crazy comebacks here before. Great nade by Commonly. Commonly's really been showing up this entire series here, really looking to try and defeat this squad. Now you've got Frosty trying to contest that hill. Now Snakebite with some great nades, and that's going to definitely do it here. You can't have that many missed opportunities and expect to win.
They just didn't, again, they didn't filter the spawns or choke the spawns, however you want to word it, very well. They allowed too much of the map to be open, which caused the split spawns from Optic, and that's just, it's unfortunate that they did spawn there and get those split spawns, but either way, Optic and Snakebite took full advantage of that, picking up that double kill with the frag grenade. And again, it's just, you can't afford to do that. When you get in strongholds against these guys, you have to come out in the beginning, first of all, have a really good setup, then you can't afford to give back control. And it's a matter of runs. It's almost impossible to beat a team that specializes in making really great runs, and you have to even have a better run than them. It's just not going to happen, especially if you don't get off to a good start. But fortunately for them, they did win Game 2 and Game 3, and we're going to be going to a Game 5.
All right, now there was some, you know, pretty heavy slaying coming out of Optic Gaming, and that is reflected in the score of what we just witnessed here. Frosty and the rest of crew all putting in some serious work here on Liquid. Now we are looking at a Game 5 being that Rig Slayer. You know, this map, I said it could have gone 50-50 either way. Well, it looks like one of the reasons we're seeing this game type played just so much more is, you know, Optic Gaming, they're definitely not afraid to you know, battle somebody out here on this game type and map. They've clearly made a lot of improvements here, but it's all tied up series 2-2 in this best of 5 with a Rig Slayer here coming up. Now,
yeah, now I think Team Liquid, I believe they're playing from the red side, so that should give them an advantage when it comes to at least being able to grab the sniper rifle right off the get-go. So curious to see if they're going to elect to just immediately hold setup, or if they're going to elect to get a little bit aggressive here. It's going to be, you know, up to these guys to use this advantage that they have spawning on the red side to make sure that they lock down that BR base. You know, that's the key to this game type.
Now, this is going to be a Game 5 here. First Game 5 that we are seeing from Optic Gaming, of course, the newly formed or newly acquired organization here. Now, I want to see some hype in the chat. Now, if you want Optic Gaming to win this Game 5, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Now, if you want Team Liquid to come out and defeat Optic Gaming for their second time this season, that's going to be a 2.
Ooh, Snakebite gets around through the bunker area. Not sure if he died and spawned there or if just ended up flanking over there towards that SMG area, also getting a stick. So that's going to be a 3-kill lead coming out from Optic. They also have the positional advantage. Royal 2, one of the best snipers in Halo 5, with the sniper over towards the top tower, also has the shotgun in his back pocket. So again, this is probably my favorite spot to snipe from here, especially with this combination. All you do is you watch these angles towards that mid-bridge area, check for the bunker spawns over behind you, and then if anyone comes towards that barrel side, you have that shotgun, and it's pretty much easy kills because you can time it there with the radar. So not expecting him to leave this spot anytime soon. He can just sit there and hold this until pretty much the end of the game, really.
I mean, we've seen no one else in the league can lock down a position or control a power weapon like Royal 2 can, and consistently, especially on Rig, we've seen the shotgun and sniper just end up in his hands for significant periods of the game. So this is no surprise, in a 10-4 lead, this is definitely looking pretty good to start this one off for Optic.
Yeah, nice angle coming out from Royal 2. Probably wishes that he threw that nade right where he was looking there, but you know, Liquid, they can't afford to give up any deaths here. If I was them, I would just be aware that Royal 2 is sniping in this area, and then just focus on trying to get some picks through the basement window area, because Royal 2 is not sniping in the bunker. You can afford to be peeking out from that specific area. And then probably going over towards the barrels area and just trying to get some shots on him at the same time, because that camouflage is going to be dropping here right around that 950 mark, and that's where you're going to see a lot more action pick up here. But in the meantime, you have to at least start getting in position and start formulating a plan.
Right, now this game is definitely slowing down a lot. Don't expect to see either team really make any moves until this camo contesting comes up here in just a few seconds. Plasmacaster, great job nading that back.
Yeah, and we saw Denoxide, you know, do that, and that was pretty big for the side of Luminosity in their game 5. I believe that was against Allegiance. That pretty much secured them the victory. So there's the camo. Looks like Snakebite's going to go for that when he picks it up at 940 and is able to walk away with it. So not a good job from Team Liquid to add any pressure on. You at least want to take that guy down to no shields, at least have information on where he's going to be located. Easy snipe for Royal 2 onto Penguin in the trenches. That's just a result of them walking away with that camouflage. He was trying to spot him. Now, this is going to be very hard for Team Liquid, because you're going to have Snakebite, who's obviously going to play this one fairly smart, and then you have Royal 2. But here is the spawn from Penguin. So here's the opportunity that they need. He did get a very generous spawn behind them, but it's not a very generous spawn if you're familiar with that spawn, and it looks like Frosty was on top of it, ends up taking out Penguin. So that was their opportunity, and this is what Optic does so well. Once they get control, they just lay it on you.
Oh, but that's pretty good. The barrels.
Oh, no. The only thing that's going to stop Royal 2 is the explosion of that barrel. And now Spartan can collapse over here and get control. And now the tides have turned over there, and Team Liquid gets control.
But 18-7, that's a pretty healthy lead to get this one started. Almost playing from from this far behind. Now, it's definitely still possible. They are not out of this by any means, especially if Spartan starts cleaning house with these last sniper shots and still has the shotgun. So if they're able to, put together some more control, or at least slow this down, they have an opportunity to try to bring it back.
Oh, if he hits this. Oh, man. Well, everyone's just collapsing on Spartan, and Spartan needs a little bit more help. It's coming in from Penguin, but now he's pinched, so he needs to rotate, maybe get back over there towards that bunker area. Big kill coming out from Rain. Gets a double kill as well, so that's going to open up the map for him a little bit. Now he needs to get back into powerful positions here, because you need to just slow this one down with the camo coming up. When you saw Royal 2, he wasn't necessarily over-aggressive like Spartan's being right now. We've seen a situational base and things like that, but with that shotgun in his hand, I would like to see him back up a little bit and conserve these weapons, because he should potentially be using these 2 bullets and trying to get the camouflage for himself. Meanwhile, Commonly has sniper, so it looks like that's why he's just holding down this position. So they're actually all going to spawn there. They're all going to spawn in that open field area towards the bottom nest. So Spartan's in really good position now that I know that Commonly has this in this area. Now they can eventually go for this camouflage. That's exactly what they're going to do. Let's see who's going to be able to grab that one. Lethal getting a kill onto Penguin. That's going to be pretty big. Also, Frosty getting a kill onto Rain. Now here comes the collapse onto Commonly. Commonly does hit that no-scope, but Frosty does drop to Spartan as well. Spartan getting another kill, so big kills coming out from Spartan. Is he going to be able to pick up another one? Does. So triple kill coming out from Spartan. What happened with the camouflage, though, during that meantime? I'm not sure if anyone was able to walk away with that one. Could have been Commonly over there in the corner, but only a 4-kill game now.
And wow, I did not expect them to bring it back that effectively. And it did start with the sniper rifle. You had 2 sniper rifles in the hands of Team Liquid. Commonly and Spartan both put them to extremely good use. Triple kill coming out of Spartan. Of course, the kills coming out of Commonly as well. And Spartan, he doesn't want to lose this
Lethal
one.
will spawn in the bunker, actually, if they leave this open. So Spartan needs to be aware of that. They need to collapse on these guys immediately, because Lethal's going to be behind them. That's exactly what he does. So now they're going to be aware that they're going to be spawning in this bunker area. Holy cow. It is all tied up. Optic Gaming throwing away their lead here, and Team Liquid taking full advantage of what's given to them. And mainly it's starting with Spartan here with this sniper.
And Spartan is playing out of his mind. He's picked up a few pointers from Royal 2. Oh,
teammate in the way. Teammate in the way. Look out, teammate. Ooh, lands that body shot. Only one shot left here. Has some shotguns still in his back pocket, but he ends up dropping those weapons. So now 3-kill lead coming out for Optic Gaming. Make that a 4-kill lead here. They did swap map positioning here, though. So even though they did collapse on the spawns, now it looks like Team Liquid has the advantage here in terms of spawning. But now they clear out commonly, and that doesn't give him enough time to spawn his teammates over there. So take back what I said, and now Lethal just scoops up that snipe. So even though that seemed like a really nice collapse coming out from Team Liquid, ooh, Lethal getting that headshot, getting that Top Gun medal as well. But keep in mind that when you go and you collapse on these guys, if you give control back over, which is that bunker area and also this tower area, that's not some of the things that you want to do for Team Liquid. You want to keep someone back there and watch those spawns.
I think if Penguin honestly did not cross Spartan's point of view there and he just went ahead and pulled the trigger, probably would have hit the headshot based on how he was playing. And this would be a completely different situation because he would have been set up perfectly to grab that new sniper coming off spawn as well. So it's amazing how one tiny little thing can affect the game so much. Ooh,
that was killing spree coming out from Lethal, being the big difference maker here, being that Top Gun as well. So now it's a 6-kill game, and he's on this 5 spree. Make that 6 or 7 spree here. So Lethal going big when his team needs him most. Doesn't land that snipe onto Rain. You're gonna have to fall back here, but Penguin 5, 9, and 9. Good assist, but needs to pick it up in the kill department.
All right, 36-29. We can count on this game to slow down a little bit more as Team Liquid does not know where Lethal is currently with this sniper rifle. You can see players starting to crouch around corners.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Lethal's spree, this game would be all tied up here. So we're going to stay on his point of view. There is a player crouching to his right. That's going to be commonly giving away his position and takes down Lethal's shields just a little bit, but those are going to charge back up. Now, this one isn't over quite yet because the camouflage isn't coming up. That's a pretty big deal here. That's going to give Optic a nice advantage for the next minute, but they're going to have to collapse or at least get some picks when that camo comes up. Otherwise, that one's going to be going over to Liquid. So Lethal has a couple options here. He could eventually go towards that shotgun area and basement window. Oh, here comes the collapse. Everyone pushing on the barrel side of the map for Team Liquid. Lethal gets 1 kill, looking for a second. Royal 2 killed that player already, though. Looking for the no-scope on that player over towards the BR. That's the last guy alive, though, for Team Liquid. Is going to be able to get the kill. Does get the trade. So nice job from Commonly. However, that's 8 kills going out for Optic. Also, Snakebite picking that sniper rifle back up. It's really going to come down to that camouflage there for Team Liquid. You just see Snakebite wasting some of the shots in that gun. Spartan with the Croucheroo, though, gets that kill onto Snakebite. That's going to be big here. Every kill necessarily matters. And also camo coming up here. You don't want to be falling right when that comes up. Penguin getting that kill onto Lethal.
Oh, and wow, Frosty, just so skilled. Such a good player. Does grab a kill there on Commonly as well. He does get taken out. Now, it's still only a 6-point game. This is not over yet. Optic Royal 2 gets caught reloading, and that's going to put the Plasma Caster over in the hands of Spartan as well. So if he's able to use this weapon effectively, he might be able to close this gap once more.
Here comes the collapse. Looks like Lethal ends up picking up a double kill, though. So Lethal going absolutely huge this game. Oh no, Spartan misses that jump. That's going to take him down to no shields. He does have help over there, though. Rain getting that kill on the Snakebite's going to be pretty big. Now, he did spot out Royal 2, but Royal 2's going to book it. Also, Commonly getting a kill onto Lethal is going to make this one a little bit closer. Looks like Spartan just charging in, flying in as fast as he can. Could have just used that shotgun, so a little bit of misplay coming out from Spartan. That would have been a pretty big trade even if he was able to get it. It would only be a 5-kill game here. Now, all Optic has to do is just slowly trade kills, and that's exactly what they're doing.
He was not expecting 2 players to be there. He had the Plasma Caster, he had the shotgun. That was a crucial mistake at this point in the game. Might have very well sealed their fate, and indeed it has. 50-42. We've got Optic Gaming coming out ahead and picking up another win here today.
Yeah, Lethal 16-10, and keep in mind that he went on that really good spree. So if he didn't go on that 7 or 8 kill spree, this game would have been completely different. And then you have, you know, a little bit of unfortunate play from Penguin walking in front of Spartan. Then you also have Spartan making that little bit of a misplay with that shotgun Plasma Caster. But all in all, they did play that one pretty well, showed that they have what it takes to hang with Optic Gaming, but Optic showed that, you know, they're pretty resilient. We haven't seen them faced with any Game 5s, and they're able to pull that one out.
Yeah, I mean, and this is great things from both these teams. We've seen Optic Gaming put up dominating performances on Eden Strongholds and Empire Strongholds. Taking a look at these scores, so you can absolutely expect maybe to see some of the bans that teams are using start changing up after watching a series like this, and then Team Liquid just proving that they are not a team you can overlook, because this team is capable of beating anyone.
You want to try to avoid strongholds when you're playing against Optic, and if you are going to be playing them, you want to be playing them most likely on Plaza, in my my opinion. You want to try to avoid these maps where they're, you know, really solid with the rotations. That doesn't mean that they're not very good at rotating in Plaza, but I'd be trying to get them on either the Rig or Plaza. I would try to avoid Empire and Eden as much as possible, and obviously try to avoid Coliseum as well, and just try to really focus on winning that whole map pick and ban phase. Then if you can do that, that's a start. And we were talking about how Liquid needed to win that first game. They didn't, but we weren't expecting them to win the second and third game. If they were able to win the first one, it would have been a 3-0. But again, hats off to Optic. We never saw them, you know, get taken to a game 5 before. We finally saw it, and they showed up, and they showed, especially Lethal. Lethal really came big with that spree, and then Frosty again in the game before that. So hats off to those guys. Hats off to both teams and all the players. Really, that was a good series.
All right, now we will have our winner view coming up here. We're going to be joined by Lethal from Optic Gaming, who had that phenomenal Game 5 performance. TJ, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. I found my camera. Sorry about last week, but I found it.
Is your candle there? Is your handy dandy candle there?
Unlit, but you know, when things get too crazy, this would be lit. But it wasn't too crazy. I thought about it after Fathom, but no, I held back.
Well, that series was lit. So were you guys worried after going down 2-1? We haven't seen you guys in a Game 5 yet.
No, I just think the stream and all the fans kind of were robbed of their Game 5 earlier with Hook, you know, pulling the CLG strat. So we felt the people deserved that. You know, we've been here a while, so we kind of gave that to them. But nah, the whole week leading up to this, we've been working on a lot of things, and I think it showed in our strongholds. But that Fathom, actually, we've actually been improving a lot on our flags. But based off that, you would think that we're just horrible.
All right. Now, you know, in that game number 5, that was, you know, just back and forth and really, really intense. Now, when Commonly and Spartan grabbed those sniper rifles and they started bringing back that game, you know, what are your communications like? What do you guys do to, you know, secure that win besides obviously you getting a ton of kills and carrying your team?
Well, it started off well. Like, they had those snipers. That push started off well, and we get like a kill or two, and I see Commonly sniping BR base, and I'm like, all right, free kill, you know. I grab my nade, I wind up, I throw it, and I see Royalty slide in from God knows where, get body shotted. My nade kills him. Commonly doesn't die. Then we have to, you know, overextend and kill him. And then it all just went completely downhill. It could have been a lot better. I'm just thankful we actually had a pretty good start for once on that map, because I think that's kind of what gave us the win.
All right, now we haven't seen you guys as dominant so far to start off the season. Obviously, you fell to Evil Geniuses, and now, of course, Liquid, you know, of course, a stronger lineup than the previous Liquids, but, you know, how do you see that playing out? Is it, you know, you guys kind of relaxing and taking a bit off, or do you see that the competition is starting to close in on you guys?
I think it's definitely a little bit of both. You know, it'd just be ignorant to say, like, people aren't, like, catching up. Over time, people are just going to get better at the game. You know, teams are going to learn to play better, but I tweeted about it after we lost to EG. I was just kind of like, you know, I'm not really surprised, because we pride ourselves on knowing, like, how much we practice and practicing a lot. And, you know, Wrench kind of got thrown into that, and it definitely showed for that match. And it still kind of was showing this week for scrims. We had a couple good scrims and a couple bad ones. We played EG last night. We won 11-2. But the earlier ones, like, we played Envy right after the Pro League matches. We won 9-5. We played them again, lost 8-6. Then we played LG, and it was 6-7. But I think we did work on a lot of stuff, and it was one of the few weeks of practice where we were actually, like, we learned a lot.
All right. Now, there's been a lot of crazy matches, and we just talked, like, there are teams starting to catch up a little bit now as well. Now, we've got 3 days of the HCS Pro League under our belts now at this point. Now, who do you see as being the second strongest team, of course, second to you guys?
You know, even though we were robbed of that Game 5, so we don't know who would have won the series, I would still just say Envy. You know, they've just been, consistency-wise, they've been consistently playing the best of all the other teams, you know, not just counting Pro League. They've been playing really well, so probably just them.
Good deal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have many more questions. I'm just impressed that you guys were able to pull that back, because I didn't think that you guys were playing that well in the CTF Fathom game, and you know, I think
Thanks,
that
Tom,
teams
we appreciate it.
I think that teams are you know, looking at these maps and the picks and the bans phase and things like that, but I'm curious to see, like, with your guys' coaching as well, because that's maybe one of the things that we had Clutch and then you had Royal One. So is Royal One still coaching you guys, and how active is he actually in your, analytics and your strategy talk and all those things? Yeah.
Yeah, Royal One is still coaching us, but he actually couldn't coach us for this because he's on like a business trip thing. So, we called in our second string, his tag partner, whatever you want to call him at this point, Wes, Clutch. But Frosty, like in scrims, Frosty doesn't like getting coached in scrims. I don't know why. If you ever get an interview with him, you're gonna have to ask him about that. He just doesn't like it. But this week, Royal One was actually involved a decent amount, more than normal, since we were kind of cracking down on things.
All right. So, we saw Frosty appear in Optic Vision, but we've never seen him appear here on Pro League. What do we have to do to get an appearance from Frosty for an interview?
Well, he paid us off last season to do his interviews for him, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know anything that motivates him. Maybe just... Honestly, I don't know. If I find out something, I will DM you guys.
So if we get like 500 retweets on a Frosty interview segment, then he'll come on the show. Maybe?
I don't know if that'll work, but you can try.
Kyle's getting desperate. Getting desperate over here.
We'll see what happens. I mean, everybody's been wanting to hear from him. Look, the kid is a magician, essentially. But Lethal, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us. Awesome match, especially your individual Game 5 performance as well. Very clutch. Best of luck tomorrow, and thanks again for joining us.
All right, later. Green wall, brisk mate, bye.
Dude, I love that kid. He's so funny. Now, of course, Optic Gaming coming out, clutching it up for all of the Green Wall fans in that game number 5. That's going to do it for day number 2. Let's take a look at today's schedules and scores. Yeah, day number 3. Take a look at today's schedules and scores and see how it played out. Now, we did have Allegiance with that 3-1 victory over LOL, followed by another 3-1 for Envious over Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, and then my predictions took a wild turn when E6 defeated Luminosity, and then we saw Optic Gaming in that epic 5-game series defeating Team Liquid. And yeah, I mean, Allegiance, they're still, looking really good. Keep in mind, they're 1-2, but they have lost only, Game 5 so far. And they very well could be sitting at 3-0 and being, the sole undefeated team so far here. And they've just been a couple decisions away from that. And that's what the scary thing is about all of these teams. They're all so close. It's really coming down to how everyone's going to play on that specific day and those specific decisions.
All right, now with all these games played out, let's take a look at the standings after today's matches. We've got Team Envious now in the lead, followed up by Optic Gaming. And, we talk about those power rankings. This is what a lot of people were predicting, followed by Luminosity and Evil Geniuses. So, things might be starting to kind of fall into place, but Enigma 6 and Team Liquid are going to be, scratching at their heels, trying to bring this back. And you brought up that point against Allegiance. Could be 3-0 right now with those Game 5 losses.
I mean, this is going to be a crazy battle for that top 4 because we have 7 teams, in my opinion, this season that can make it towards that top 4. Meanwhile, we only had 5 teams last season. So it's going to be absolutely insane battle. E6, Team Liquid, Allegiance on the outside, as well as LOL if they can put it together on the outside looking in. And I'm a little worried for LOL. I want to see, they did go with Renegade here. They have to find out who their 4th player is going to be, and they have to start working with that guy moving forward.
Right, now let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule as we'll be back here at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We will have Luminosity matching up against Team Envious. Really excited for that one, as well as Team Liquid versus Allegiance, followed up by an Optic Gaming LOL, and then sure to be a crowd pleaser as well, Evil Geniuses and Enigma 6.
Yeah, it's going to be another round of good series tomorrow. The only one that's looking a little bit one-sided is the Optic Gaming versus LOL squad, which is the old Optic Gaming squad as well. And I'm curious to see if Maniac's going to be back for tomorrow. Is that going to be his last time that we see him competing on a professional level? And if not, who's going to be the sub that they use? Are they going to use Renegade again? And this is going to be, I think, the last day before the transaction period as well. So if anyone ends up dropping the ball or if any, team drama happens the next 24 hours, we could be seeing completely different lineups. And we saw a couple of team changes last season with Allegiance. We saw Hines moving in the place of Goofy and a couple other minor, transactions here and there. But again, all of the teams looking extremely competitive. E6 possibly looking for a team change, even though they looked pretty dominant today. So it's going to be crazy.
All right. Now, of course, if you missed any of today's action, session, you can still go back and rewatch it. Make sure you head over to proleague.com/Halo. Check out all the new standings, schedules, recap of what's been going on, including links to those VODs so you can watch them again. Now, that is going to do it for us here from the Xfinity desk for week 2, day number 1 of the HCS Pro League Fall Season 2016. GG's and good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.